In a developing story, we learned the Sapulpa officer involved in this crash you see right here this morning was on his way to a reported sighting of a man wanted for a crime spree.
We'll explain more of that crime spree and that man's arrest in a moment. First, Fox 23's Spencer Humphrey walks us through the serious injuries to the driver who turned in front of the officer.
Well, officers out on the scene this morning told me their officer had non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to recover, but one of the other drivers involved had some pretty severe head injuries that they worried could become fatal. Here's a look at that crash scene. It was a pretty substantial crash. It all happened around 6 Wednesday morning. Sapulpa police tell me their officer was heading west or southbound on Highway 66, going through a green light at 81st Street when a pickup truck going the opposite direction turned from the left turn lane in front of the officer. They say the police car and pickup hit head-on, and then the police car hit a minivan trying to turn right from 81st onto Highway 66. Now, the speed limit on Highway 66 there is 60 miles an hour. That Sapulpa officer went to the hospital with mostly minor injuries. They say he broke a bone in his foot, but was released from that hospital a few hours later. The minivan driver was uninjured, but the pickup driver was ejected from his truck. Officers believe he was not wearing a seatbelt.
Everybody wear your seatbelt. You know, this is what can prevent injuries or lessen the amount of injuries. And I think that's a perfect example today is if the individual would have been kept in the truck, hopefully the head injuries would have been less.
Police say that man has a broken ankle and had to get some staples in his head for some pretty severe head injuries, but as of Wednesday afternoon is doing better and will likely recover. No word on the name of that officer involved just yet, but police say he hasn't been with the department long. We also saw a number of different crash investigators taking pictures, marking spots in the road, making sure everything was documented before anything was touched. Police tell me that their investigators were treating this as if it was a fatal crash in the event it did later become fatal. In Sapulpa, covering news that matters, Spencer Humphrey, Fox 23 News.
And more details on the call that officer was headed to when the crash happened. Sapulpa police say it ended when they found this suspect hiding in the bed of a pickup truck driven by his dad. We've been telling you they were looking for Dakota Dale Deckard. They say he stole offering money and a shotgun from a church yesterday morning. Sapulpa police say they got a tip that he was hiding in the back of a white pickup truck. When they pulled it over this morning, they say Deckard refused to come out. After about an hour, officers used pepper balls to get Deckard into custody. They say his dad could face charges for harboring a fugitive.